Hello and welcome to another Supplier Diversity and Small Business Economic Impact Report. I am your host, Jamie White, and I want to thank everybody for joining us for another week. As always, please like, subscribe, share, and comment on the video if you so choose. First up, let's talk about the economy. More specifically, the United States-China trade deal that really saw a lot of action or non-action, if you will, happen this week. So essentially, if you're not too familiar, basically the trade deal between the U.S. and China has been going on for a little while now. It was supposed to have ended in the first quarter of this year. However, a extension was given because there was progress being made on both sides. So very recently, so about this week, basically President Trump has come out and said that the Chinese trade, I guess, group has, or the people, on the Chinese side for this trade deal are starting to pull back on certain agreements that they had made previously. So because of that, the United States has now announced that they are going to be increasing tariffs to that country. And obviously, China is not just going to sit back. They will also be increasing tariffs as well in retaliation. So as you can see, the U.S. early today increased tariffs on 200 billion of Chinese goods to 25% from 10%, and President Trump has threatened to extend levies to other goods from the country as well. It also states in here, where is it? Here it is. Go back up. It also states that updated his outlook for U.S., Chinese, and global economies, estimating that the move to hike tariffs to 25% from 10% on half of U.S. imports from China will result in with China raising 8% tariffs on 60 billion of U.S. imports to 25%. So that's going to be the retaliation on the Chinese front. So basically, we are now at a standstill. One of the reasons why a lot of people were estimating that the economy was doing so well was because of the progress that was being made with the big global economies. But with this pullback and with this addition in tariffs, a lot of people are predicting a lot of pain to happen to both countries because of that. So there's some estimates that I'll let you take a look just of the chart real quick, where they're basically stating, this is what will happen because of the tariffs increasing, and kind of this is in terms of the drop in our economy, our GDP growth. This is what will happen if we go to a full scale war, trade war, excuse me, between the U.S. and China. So I don't want to necessarily take a look at the doomsday scenario just yet, but basically this is the baseline of what we're looking at, somewhere between a drop of 0 to negative point, what is that, 0.5, 0.4, 0.5% for the U.S. So if you're if you're counting this last quarter, we had a 3.2% growth. So if that was knocked down 0.4%, that would shoot down to about 2.8%. And one of the things that the Trump administration has always been pushing for is, excuse me, a growth rate of at least 3%. So as you can see, that will have some negative effect. Um, Spending some time on that just because it's really the big news of the day. It's something that everybody needs to be aware of. Now, moving forward, fair chairman, or not fair chairman, Fed's, let me see if it says which. Fed governor basically says that uh, income inequality may be hampering the U.S. economy. So Federal Reserve Governor Lael Brainard, sorry if I mispronounced that, basically said that our economy is growing slower or recovering slower than it normally does, and the reason behind that is because of the huge income inequality that we have within our nation. Now, this is something that has been stated time and time again, but it needs to be stated time and time again because this is important and it's not getting any better. So basically, the normal recovery from drops in economic growth, such as the fourth quarter, would usually have increased a lot quicker. But we're just seeing slower growth, and again, the reason being is because of income inequality. No real solutions were given. It's just saying that this is the issue, and that while we seem to be growing at a nice rate, we're actually growing slower than normal. And we need to recognize that and figure out ways to combat that. Next up, record job gain signals Canadian economy is gathering steam. So for the most recent quarter, uh, I'm sorry, for the recent month in April, uh, Canada has seen a nice uptick in job creation, and that's industry wide. So there isn't just one or two industries that are seeing this growth. It's industry wide when it comes to the country. Apparently, they have had some slowing of growth over the past couple of months, but what they essentially said was that it's going to be slow for a little while, but we're going to get back on track around this time frame, which it seems like they have. Uh, One of the bigger pieces, because this is on the labor side in terms of growth, people are expecting obviously their economy to match that. So I just wanted to kind of point that out that it appears that now Canada is kind of transitioning to, at least in the near term being, especially over the summer, they should be seeing some growth in that sector. So, if or not sector, but when it comes to jobs. So if you're dealing with Canadian businesses, now may be the time to kind of connect and help them grow and, in turn help yourself grow. Next up, so last two are just kind of interesting pieces that I just wanted everybody to know about. First up is the top city for small businesses for this year, according to, let me get this, Biz to Credit annual rankings. As you can see, Miami. So congratulations, Miami is what Biz to Credit is saying the best spot to start a small business. So just give some facts about Miami-Dade County and what it's like in terms of overall small business, I guess, atmosphere, if you will, or environment. So it kind of goes there. So if you're interested to kind of learn more about, if you're interested in moving your business to Miami or starting a business in Miami, and if you want to learn more about it, definitely this is the article for you, because as you can see, it is nothing but how great Miami is. But um, reason why I showed this is because I also wanted to show you the list of the top 25 cities for small businesses. So I'm going to point out my own city because that's where I'm from. Yep, so Detroit, as you can see, is 21, excuse me. Last year is 20, so it's still in that 20 range. Hopefully we can, increase and hop up at some point. New York last year was number one, so it dropped to number four. But as you can see, the top four haven't changed. The big one of the bigger movements, as you can see, is San Diego. So, again, pretty interesting list. If you want to take a look, see where your city ranks, by all means, check it out. I think it's interesting, and yeah. Last up, the 2019 Diversity Inc. has released their top companies for diversity. One of the good things that I like about their list is that it really measures diversity in all aspects. So from workforce diversity to supplier diversity, different things that deal with again diversity on a whole business scale is ranked. So as you can see, just here's a couple top regional companies, top hospitals and health systems, utilities, companies for talent acquisition, supplier diversity, as I mentioned before, and a number of other ones. So definitely, this is another list-based article, or not article, but I guess information set. So definitely, if you're interested, I'll have the link in the description below. Take a look, see if your company is on it, and learn more about these businesses and how they're supporting diversity and diverse small and diverse businesses. Excuse me. So, with that being said, as always, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for taking a look at the this week's podcast. Please like, subscribe, comment on the video, and share with anybody you think would like to see this. Thank you so much, and have a great week.